Yo, welcome back to Geoguessr Explained, everyone. It is Oscar here, and today we're doing some more challenge links play-alongs. So hit it in the description, the links for playing today and playing tomorrow. There'll be 4 links, and if you want to see yourself in the scores, then that's the best way to do it. Okay, so let's get straight into things here today. We've got Diverse World, and we also have Japan, so it should be fun on both accounts. Let's get straight into things here. On Diverse World, I'll try and explain my thought process, and let's get it. Okay, first one here is a fairly simple one, but let's run through why it is simple. And okay, so first things first, we got language here. That's good to know. It says Rotterdam, so we are without any doubt inside the Netherlands here. Other ways you could have gotten that it's Netherlands. Okay, number one, we've got lots of wind turbines. That's quite common in Netherlands. I would say like Denmark has quite a few. Germany, when it gets coverage, will have quite a few. What other countries? I don't know. I feel like that's like the main three I associate with a lot of wind farms. We have yellow plates as well. If you didn't know, yellow plates. It's like the only country in like mainland Europe that has all yellow plates apart from Luxembourg. So those two, then yellow rears in the UK, and then rare ones in France, for example, and then also down in Israel. So that's why you see those yellow plates with the blue strip. We have a white plate here, but that's quite simply nothing. There are certain countries in Europe where you have these triangles demarking that is where you I don't know. It's where you have to stop. It doesn't really make sense to me. Like surely the triangles would be where you like pull in, but no, it's where you stop. So these ones are the ones that you pull into. It's like the opposite of Australia for whatever reason. But yeah, yeah. Anything else to say here? It's very flat. Like this is probably an artificial hill. That is pretty much the story of the Netherlands for you. So I think it's time to make our guess here. This is very standard stuff. I would guess somewhere near the coast, maybe, or something like that. Okay, it is near the coast there, on this land bridge, actually. Kind of interesting round. But okay, we move forward. We keep pushing. Okay. Next one here is unofficial coverage. When you see unofficial coverage like this, I don't have the author name on, but it probably says Autori in the bottom right-hand side, and that would be the Finnish unofficial coverage. Finland also used to use these yellow lines with the white ones next to it. They actually, in Generation 4, that's mostly gone. They mostly switched to all whites, but yeah, this is the Finnish old road lines, which you see in Generation 3 and Generation 2. And yeah, fairly flat, lots of farmland, so I'm thinking further south here. But yeah, it could be anywhere in this like South Bulge. Yeah, it's about slightly hilly actually, so maybe I don't know, maybe slightly further north. We'll see here. And it was, yeah, just down pretty south there, so that's pretty good. Not much to say there. Those road lines with the yellow and the white and the yellow next to it, that's unique within Europe. But you can see elsewhere, like New Zealand, Argentina, and Uruguay. Okay, next one here is going to be somewhere in Brazil. We know that because we've got a Brazilian pole here. It's the concrete one that has sections going up it, and then you have like, well, yeah, they have dots near the top, which you can't really see here. And this one is definitely interesting in terms of region. This pole top here, I would associate the one's kind of like making like that like face, you know, the one with like the really wide expression and two eyes. It's like some old internet emoji. I can't remember what it's actually called, but it kind of looks shocked. And that one you would associate with more with southern states. I'm pretty sure that's like a Rio de Janeiro, Sao Paulo, Minas, maybe the more southern ones, I think. I don't know, maybe Espírito Santo, that kind of thing. And as for this one, with these kind of like grassy hills with not many trees on them, I'm really associating that with this kind of area here near the tri-point. Also like exposed rock, that's very common there. Round poles are also common in all three states, so yeah, it all makes sense here. We've got like a big yellow marking, which is kind of more of like a northern states thing, I think, but I don't really know. When it comes to this, I think we're fine for this like more southern looking landscape. Anything else to say here? Not really too much. Not really too much to say here. I think it doesn't feel that rich, so I feel like a Rio de Janeiro is probably the less like fruitful bet here. Probably more likely to be Espirito or Minas here. I'll probably go for Minas myself. I'm sure that that's helpful. Not really familiar to me. But yeah, this is like the standard Brazil pole. The sections, the dots, can be different proportions, but yeah. Okay, should be good here. Let's find out where it actually is. Well, it's just actually northern Rio, so I guess just kind of more of a rural around there. But not too bad. Like, click in the tri-point. If you're not sure and you get these kind of dry, but like sometimes very green as well, like these kind of like very grassy hills, then click in the tri-point here is probably a good idea. That's the best way to get most points. But okay, next one here. Looks like it's going to be somewhere in Sri Lanka. Two reasons. One, we got a square pole here that has no dots going down it. So we have dots, 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 dots. Then it stops about like a third of the way down. And then the second 2/3 have no dots. So in Thailand, the dots would go all the way down to the ground. That is the crucial difference. Okay, then we also have like a Buddhist prayer flag, like majority Buddhist country, I think, Sri Lanka. And then also have this Google card, which is blue here. You can't really see the blue this time. White and red. French flag equals Sri Lanka, also sometimes Ghana, but you'd have the refrax in Ghana, so yeah. Anything else to say here? Not too much. Like this, I definitely see this kind of bus with like India and Sri Lanka. I don't know why, what brand it is, but definitely like you see that quite commonly. Then it's like mountainous and palms, so that would like indicate more like central southern. Around Kandy, you get that landscape quite a lot, where the bigger mountains are and where the greenness is. So yeah, if you zoom out, you can see it's a bit drier on the coast and stuff like that. Yeah, I think that's about it that there is to say here. I mean, like fashion sense, he definitely looks like subcontinental, like phenotypically. Yellow plate on the rear here, that's also Sri Lankan. And like big bulbs, big insulators here, that also makes sense. So yeah, that's all I have to say to that. Pretty close, near Kandy. That's also a good bet if you want to like just get a good score on a round like that, just go Kandy. Okay, next one here. We are looking at another fairly interesting round here. Looking at that pole almost feels like a Chilean style of pole, but we're not in Chile here. So I mentioned these road lines before in Finland, but we also have them here in Uruguay and Argentina. So yeah, you see this exact one, and then white dashes. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, yellow with the white dashes. That's going to be somewhere in Arg or Finland or New Zealand or Uruguay. So this kind of fence is quite South American as well, with the wooden posts, kind of like a bit rickety. That makes sense. One really good meta for Uruguay is that we have like bunches of trees, like bunches of planted trees around the spot. This is extremely Uruguayan, not that common in Argentina, although possible. And this pole here is the Uruguayan pole with like the insulators making a trident shape. You can also see that one in Buenos Aires province here, but it's quite uncommon and quite common in Uruguay. Bit of red soil, that's also more Uruguayan than Argentinian, but also possible in Argentina. But one of the don't think we've had Uruguay many times on this series, but one of the great things about it is that it's very often overcast, very often a bit dreary. There's like some smudges on the lens from it being a bit rainy. Lots of dirt roads as well. And then yeah, lots of cows, lots of like these fields, these farms. This like kind of rocky mountain definitely makes me think south here. I don't think that's too common in the north, so maybe around this kind of region here, around Miguez. And then also the big thing that I forgot to mention so far is the big, thick, white painted posts, which are much less common in Argentina than in Uruguay. Should be Uruguay most times. You can see that. So let's go there. And it is indeed nearby there. There's that kind of rocky area down to the southeast. And we did pretty well there, 23,300. So let's check out how everyone else did and try and get some pointers. This is quite an easy seed. If you're new to Brazil, this is quite an easy seed. So looking forward to seeing how you guys did. Give the video a like if you're enjoying the series. I like making them, but let me know that you want more by doing that. Okay, and let's check out how people did here. So yeah, definitely high scores all about here. Let's go for Trickster, Toby, and Not. We'll see how they did. All right. So first round, or the Brazilian round, I mean, they kind of went too far inland here. So yeah, you definitely you can see hills out here. Both places where you click can see hills, just less likely. And reason being that we had more grass on the hills over here, kind of felt a bit lush. That's what you see like in this corner here, and not too many trees like you would see down here. And then also that pole top is like kind of like the southeastern one, at least in my opinion. I'm actually not 100% sure about that. Uruguay we both got. Then this guess over here is not as good, but didn't see any like Brazilian style poles. So look for that trident that you often see in Uruguay, and then look to see if you have any of those sectioned kind of waffle poles. If you don't see any, then it's quite unlikely to be Brazil, like if you don't see any at all. So yeah, that should be your thought process there. Then the different guy actually nailing Sri Lanka here, whereas other fella goes in Peninsular Thailand. So yeah, it looks like Thai poles, but didn't have the dots going all the way to the ground. Then also we had that car meta with the bonnet showing, with the hood showing. So yeah, right latitude guess, but unfortunately wrong. As for Finland here, we had one southern guess with me. Like each of these guys like making one or two mistakes. But yeah, the Poland guess, not so good because they would never have yellow lines in Poland, unless it's maybe like temporary roadwork lines or something. And yeah, that's pretty regular in Finland. And then also that unofficial coverage is just common in Finland if you get it. And then also we had a 5K here in Netherlands. We had a decent guess, and yeah, that was just pretty coastal stuff. Okay, let's move on to Japan here. Definitely a difficult country. I'll try and teach you some things. I'll see if I actually know any of it though, because Japan, not really my strong suit, it must be said. Okay, so first one here. Not really gonna read things or like signs or anything. I'll try and go for vibes, but this is on a highway, so honestly, we might just like make a guess here. Might feel a bit further north, like vegetation-wise. I'm not actually too sure about that though. Yeah, this is not easy. There are like things I could think of, but because we're on like if we're over here, I could give some tips, but because we're on a bridge, I feel like this is just quite difficult. So my vibe guess would probably be like somewhere around here. We'll see. And it is not too far. There we go. So yeah, it was definitely findable with the clues there, but yeah, it's not a bad region guess for Japanese standards. Okay, this one, this car meta, that's actually awesome that we found it on this occasion. I think this car, we'll take a look at the other metas we have here, but I think it's like a Fukushima car, as far as I remember. So Fukushima's here. Yeah, I think this is in Fukushima, as far as I remember. Or could it be like Miyagi or something like that? I don't know. It's definitely somewhere like up on the Honshu Peninsula, North Honshu Peninsula. This like kind of bent sign is common in Japan. Yellow plates for small vehicles in Japan. The bollards mean stuff. I'm yet to learn them, but I will. Anything else to say here? Not too much. So pole tops can help in Japan. Don't really on this occasion. We have a plate, but because it's a singular one, I'm not really sure. So I think the big thing here is the car meta. We have like nice roofs, so like definitely, I feel like nice roofs are like generally speaking in this kind of area. Also like maybe this area, less likely in like Kyushu or Hokkaido to have like this high quality, like special looking Asian style roof. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know. We'll go for that. And it was indeed a Fukushima car there, so good to know. Good to know that the Fukushima car still works, right on the north border there. But like the big truck, it's quite rare. So I think I've maybe come across it like 5 times in my career playing this game. Let's see here. Next one, we've got the like a singular stalk here, do we? So this singular stalk, ooh. Now let me think now. So it's when you see a singular stalk without this thing, you definitely like think Kansai region, which is like around here. I feel. I don't actually remember the exact borders of Kansai, but around Osaka, and then also Kyushu. But I feel like when it has this little thing, that's more so near Osaka. I could be wrong, but I think so. So let's take a look and see if we get any more metas for that region. Again, we just have like a singular thing here. Like, definitely learnable, but I haven't actually learned like what the exact meanings or the exact formats are. It's kind of a bit boring in my opinion. Ooh, is that the, that's kind of the shape of Kyushu. So I wonder if that's a Kyushu like electricity brand or something like that. You know, I think if it is there and we get it right, then that's almost certainly it. We have like a Gaiwai here, which is very confusing to me. I don't recognize this one. And Japanese Gaiwais are regional. So if I could see one that I was confident was a Kyushu one, then we could be very happy to send there, but unfortunately I don't see any which I actually recognize. So I am thinking, despite this thing having the little extra thing that like just the stalk should mean, I mean, like, landscape-wise, it does fit. Although, I feel like rice is more common around here, like, near Osaka anyway, so we might be wrong. I don't know, but, like, it's good, because, like, the metas in Japan, they can help you narrow it down, definitely. So if I was playing a team duel here, I could definitely send one to each place, and we're guaranteed to be right, basically. Yeah, okay, well, just because this looks like Kyushu, I'm going to send it, but definitely prepared to be wrong, we'll see. And it was Kyushu there. Excellent. So that's probably the logo of the Kyushu Power Company. And it was just south there. Definitely probably should have, like, I clicked in the mountains, probably should have clicked somewhere flat, but yeah, that's fine. We're going pretty well here. Okay, next one here. And so we have a fairly standard guardrail here. It's actually Generation 2 camera, so this has been a really interesting seed so far. Nothing here. Nothing to speak of. No guy wires, just landscape. Generation 2, I could say it's probably more common near Tokyo or something like that. This doesn't feel like cold enough to be Hokkaido, I could say that. It could be anything else, basically, to me. Could even be like South Islands or something like that. Could be something crazy. But as for me, I think I'll probably just go near Tokyo here. Like, hedging is a good idea in Japan if you have no idea, I feel. And yeah, that's what I'm going to do on this occasion. Let's see if we're correct about that. and it was actually an island. That makes sense for Generation 2. It like vegetation wise did actually have kind of a southern vibe, but I don't know. I just like no info, so I just went Tokyo type thing. And really interesting place. Actually, a whole bunch of Catholic churches. What's with that? Yeah, so many on one island. It looks like it's a Christian island in a what do they have? A Shinto or traditional religion? Buddhist. I don't know. Country. Very interesting. Okay, next one here. We have like a standard Gaiwaya. I don't really think that helps too much. You can tell me if I'm wrong. We do have like the Japanese power company logo. 2 horizontal ones here. So when you see 2 horizontal ones, thinking of like anywhere along here, particularly like this kind of region here, when you see horizontal blades, that's something you can definitely remember here. The prefixes are normally written on here. I can't read kanji or anything in Japanese, to be honest. Yeah, okay. So taking a look around here. Pole tops don't seem useful to me. Black car, don't really know if that's actually like region specific. But yeah, okay. Well, this is not like the standard northern Gaiwaya. I'm thinking like going a bit further south here, like Toyama, Niigata is probably the best thing to do here. Although I'm really not too sure. Like this kind of grass like weed stuff, I would associate more with like South Japan. But clearly, I mean, I think with this 2 like horizontal like plates, we should be more northern. That's my thought here. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was somehow wrong. But yeah, I think like down south you would normally see like vertical ones rather than horizontal plates. So yeah, I think we should be good here. Let's see. And yeah, it was in this kind of region here. Like the maybe actually could have maybe Niigata actually isn't part of that. Might actually be part of like this region in Japan. But yeah, definitely Toyama and Ishikawa have those horizontal ones, and probably Niigata does too. Okay, so 12k there. Missed on the island one. Apart from that, pretty good. I definitely think that's another one where, like, if you had multiple team members, you can send it correctly. But actually, people did pretty well here. Look at this. Okay, and accept. Look at that profile picture there. Quite awesome. Okay, so let's just press this a few times and check out how people did here. Japan's pretty difficult, so I don't blame you if you did rather poorly, but let's check it out here. Yeah, I don't really know if there's too much to say here. I think everything I covered in the video will be good, but obviously let's take away my guesses here. Yeah, so I mean, it's just like a whole hodgepodge of guesses. Japan's difficult. If you always go over here, obviously that's not a bad hedge, but yeah, you will end up with a somewhat worse score than if you learn some of the regional metas. And yeah, I feel for you if you don't know Japan because, or like I empathize with you because like it's all mountains, so you can't really like landscape guess too much. You have to like more vegetation guess, and then definitely all about those like infrastructure clues, which are so vital. Okay, guys, I would say thank you very much for watching the video all the way to the end. I will see you guys in a video very soon, and do give it a like and everything, and I'll see you guys next time. Okay, bye bye.